Hello everyone. For my returning viewers, welcome back. It's great to have you. For those of you who are here for the first time, my name is David Liu. I am an incoming medical sciences and scholars elective student at Western University. So before I get into the specifics of note-taking and studying, I first want to share with you my organization system as well as my general workflow. I believe that knowing what needs to get done and when it needs to get done is crucial to maximizing output and getting as much work done as possible. And I do this with something that I call time blocking. Time blocking is when you designate blocks of time, for example, from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. towards specific tasks, like meetings, checking emails, doing homework, or studying. Welcome to my time blocking calendar. I already have all of my meetings, classes, work shifts, events blocked out. And these are the blocks in color. These are events or meetings that are set in stone. These times cannot change and will usually recur on a weekly basis. I color code all of these set events. For example, purple is for university, green is for work, etc. With the remaining time blocks I have left, I use a white block to designate a certain time block towards a particular task, like homework or personal time or checking emails. I think that a prerequisite to time blocking is to have a to-do list. Because how do you know what you're blocking your time to if you don't have a list of the activities that you need to do? I believe that any sort of to-do list will work, but I personally use an app called Notion, and it is amazing. If you haven't yet heard of Notion, it will literally change your life. Welcome to my dashboard. At the top, I have space for a quote that holds special meaning to me, and below that is my to-do list. Personally, I think that of all the to-do list softwares out there, Notion's checkmark for completion is among the most satisfying. This is an assignment or exam schedule, and this basically keeps track of every quiz, assessment, test, and deadline that I have, and it automatically arranges it in order of deadline. I'll be sure to link my Notion dashboard down in the link below. I'll also make sure to include a link of where you can sign up for Notion. I actually keep my Notion dashboard quite clean, but you can add a lot of cool features to it. So I'm gonna make a copy. The first of the two websites is Indify, and it allows you to create custom widgets that give your Notion dashboard some flair. For example, you're counting down the last day of school. In the event title, we can write last day of school. Let's just say the time is June 30th. And then once you're happy with how your widget looks, you can copy and /embed, and then you can embed your link. So there are some very beautiful Notion templates out there that you can find online. The second website that I wanted to show you is something called Notion Icons. For example, if you're into sports and you want a basketball, you can click on the icon, again link because you copy pasted the link, and then you could submit and your icon will change to a basketball. So now that we've talked about to-do lists, we can now move on to time blocking. I personally like to use Apple Calendar. If you're not using Macs in 2021, what are you doing? Make the switch now, please. There are a few reasons why time blocking is highly effective. First of all, it allows you to get into a flow and maintain deep concentration without breaking focus or trying to break focus as little as possible. The second reason time blocking is effective can be explained using Parkinson's law, which states that work expands so as to fill the time available for its completion. So if you have 3 hours and you just have to study for a test or finish a homework assignment, say it would usually take 1 hour to complete. But because you have 3 hours, you'll let yourself relax. Maybe every 20 minutes, you'll take a short break. You'll chat with some friends. You'll allow yourself to fill that 3 hours of time that you have. But with time blocking, it forces you to get the job done in the amount of time you set. So you might be wondering what happens if you can't finish that task in the time that you set for yourself. Well, I would say that in the beginning, to always give yourself more time, to err on the side of caution. Because if you can't finish your task on time and you need to move on to your next task, as per your time blocking calendar, it feels very bad to leave a task unfinished. It's very unsatisfying. So that's why I think it's always best to first err on the side of caution, and then as you gain more experience with time blocking, you'll get a better idea of how much time you'll truly need for the different tasks you have to do. The last and most important, I think, reason why time blocking is effective is that it counters perfectionism. There's a law known as the 80-20 rule that states that 80% of the outputs come from 20% of the inputs. You will only have to study 20% of the most important information to be able to achieve an 80% on that test. So I would agree that you should be spending more time to get closer to that 100. But by the time you're at that 95, 96%, you're just devoting too much extra time for too little reward. And you'll often find that it's more worth it to spend that time doing something else, whether it's a different project, studying for a different test, or just going out and doing something that you enjoy, like having a meal with friends, or curling up with the Brandon Sanderson fantasy book. So in summary, this video taught you how you can translate those to-do lists into time blocking and create this effective workflow that allows you to maximize results from the time that you have. In future videos, I'll go more into depth into 2 methods that you can use for note-taking, post-class review, and test study. So now, all that's left to do is try it. We're all different, we're all unique, we're all special. Go and see if it works for you. Please like and subscribe, I really appreciate it, and I'll see you all on the next video.